Hmm. Are we live yet? Are we live? Hello, my YouTube friends. Thanks for joining in tonight. Man, if you haven't hit that subscribe button right down there, please do. And slam that bell because we got a lot of great things going on. That's right, man. What is your focal point in the mix? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. What is your focal point in the mix? I don't know if you guys seen that thumbnail, but I want to show you something real quick. And I want you to check this picture out. And if you were to look at this picture, what do you see? What do you see in that picture? Does it look kind of three-dimensional to you? You see how you have things to the side and to the middle, and then in the back, the Helix Nebula in the back? Check it out. I'm trying to get it to where it's in focus. But just as a painting or a picture, that's the way your mixes should look. Things panned far to the left. That might be your guitar way to the left. It might be another guitar to the right. And then you have things in the forefront, in the middle, and in the far, far background. But what is your focus in the mix? What should be your focus? What should be the main focus in a mix? Just one question. If it has vocals, that should be the main focus in the mix. Those are the most imperative thing that must sound the best that it can sound. But everything else falls in line and supports that vocal line, supports those vocals. So, those guitars need to be out of the way, right? And all the instruments plays a large role as to where they're put in the mix, just as you've seen that picture, just as a painting is, how there's things in the front, the middle, and the back. And all that plays a large role as to having a big, beautiful picture that comes together and looks three-dimensional. And that's the way you want your mixes to sound, three-dimensional. And a lot of ways that you get this three-dimensional sound that you're looking for from front to rear is by using delays and reverb. Reverb and delays at different times can get you that depth that you're looking for in the picture. If everything was so dry and right up front, kind of like my vocals right now, really dry and right up front, there's no effects on it at all. I'm going to be right up front in your face with this type of attitude and sound going on. But watch here. I'm going to add a little bit of reverb to the mix here. And notice how color and darkness starts to appear in depth when I add some reverb to the mic. Okay. Do you hear me now? It almost sounds like it's a little darker and I'm in a chamber of some sort or way back in the background, but it's really noticeable, right? But this is the way that you add depth to a mix with delays and reverbs on time, how long the delay time is, whether it's a pre-delay or something to that effect. But either way, these time delays add depth to the mix. And it's really important. Engineers have been using delays for many, many, many years on vocals. and to get that effect going so that it adds a second and a third dimension to the vocals. And what it does, it just thickens it up. It makes it bigger in a way that supports the vocal to be heard. And then also with those delays on it, so part of the vocal line might be up front and in your face, but you don't really hear all those delays or reverb on it, but it's just tucked in there and it's in there. And it really supports the voice and really makes it the focal point on the mix. Usually, when someone's listening to the song, or if it's a pop song of some sort, they're listening to the lyrics and they're trying to understand everything that the vocalist is saying simply because they want to know what they're saying. That's how we communicate. That's how we communicate our feelings and emotions is by speech and the voice. So that really should be the number one focal point in the mix. But all these other things that surround the vocals help support it and springboard it into each line as to keep the listener's attention. And so it's really, really important that you, when you go to do your mixes, that just as an artist or a painter has all these different colors on his palette that he uses to create these certain shades and transitions from the green grass to the mountains in the background to the sky and all these different shades of colors and grays and blues to the sunset and the orange in the background that's dropping down behind the mountainside. Okay. You have all these different colors of delays that are in your mix, right? But it all goes down to that three dimension, okay? And placement of your instruments, far left, far right, in the middle, you know, what's in the background, what's up high, what's down low. Um, and try to look at your mixes like a painter, you know. Your sub bass frequencies are going to be down here in the lower section in the middle. And then as you get higher, you know, and you get up higher, your guitars are going to be the mid range, the 400, 500 hertz, whether you pan left or right. Okay. And then as you get higher and you get into some cymbals and maybe some brass instruments, you know, they're going to be placed a little higher, maybe higher up here over to the right, you know. So you want things in the mix from low, middle, high, middle, left, right, far right, and then back one step, and then back two steps, and then back maybe five steps. Okay. So that gives your depth. And you want all this going on in your picture, in your painting, in your mix to create a beautiful mix, man. And so that was really what the topic was going to be about tonight. What is your focal point in the mix? Some people like to emphasize, yes, we like the vocal to be up to where it's understood and to where it translates and communicates in some kind of vibe to someone that's emotional and they can feel what the songwriters are writing about and feelings and emotions. And that needs to come across as the most important thing. But what a lot of artists do, a lot of engineers do, is they take that and they might have one instrument or two instruments that propel and push along and drive these vocals that push the song into the next element that keeps the listener's attention. And we talked about that the other night. We talked about sometimes if you listen to songs, it might be the snare drum that really has this really snap crack sound that's, you know, just really up front in the mix that drives the song. And then like the other day when I was talking about the James Brown song, I Feel Good, when I was listening to that song, what propels that song is not only the voice and his emotion in that song, I feel good, uh, but it's the kick drum, right? The kick drum, real big and round. You listen to that mix, and it's just got this real big, huge, round bass, sub bass frequencies going on with the bass guitar. And it's those two elements along with James Brown's voice. James Brown's voice is here, okay? And the kick drum and the bass guitar is here, like the moon, man. Here's the sub frequencies that's in that mix. It looks like this if I was to paint it. If I was to paint that song, it would look like this. The sub frequencies and James Brown right here in front of it. Kind of just like this picture right here, y'all. Kind of just like this picture. Look in front of the guy. The guy's looking right there. I don't know if that's a planet he's looking at, but that's the bass frequencies on that song. And all these other planets, there really wasn't in there. Only thing that was in the song was that you could hear was the kick, the bass guitar. I'm sure there were some guitars tucked in there somewhere, but the horn section that came in right up here. Here was the sub frequencies, and here was the horn section that came in. High right, faded far right, and coming in up here when it was time for them to come in. When we can start to look at our mixes like a painting, is when we're going to get better at placing our instruments in the mix. And it's only going to make things sound better and spacious when we do so. Now, there's a lot of things that you can use actually to widen your mix nowadays. They've got things that are wideners, and you can actually either put them on the vocals or whatever you want to put them on. I typically don't put them on the vocals, but you can strap them across the whole mix and, spread out your sound wider. I noticed that you do have to be careful with that widener because you can take it too far wide. But a nice place for it to sit for me is somewhere in this area, you know. But that's something that you're going to have to play around with and see on your own how wide you want the picture to be without it losing its impact as far as hitting you in the chest or whatever, depending on what kind of song you're actually mixing. But I don't know if you guys noticed anything tonight, man. Have y'all noticed anything different tonight? Anything different in the studio tonight? No? My shock mount? Y'all notice I painted my shock mount? It was black, but I painted it, and I think it turned out pretty good, man. It was kind of really what I was looking for, something that would kind of blend in with the microphone and wouldn't look like a separate attached piece to it. You know, it kind of looks like it was made for the microphone and it's all one extension of the microphone. Now that I painted it, that mic just looked like it was something just either glued onto the microphone or just wasn't an extension of the microphone in any kind of way. But I think I did pretty good for under $20, and it looks really good, man. I'm really happy with it. Aesthetically, I'm happy with it in my studio. But yeah, man, there's a lot of great things going on right now for you guys who love to be in the studio and get creative. I know that each and every one of us have tons and tons and tons of time to get creative in the studio with all the stuff that's going on right now outside of us. And I try not to bring up things like that because I want to have positive, motivated, encouragement um, post. Always try to motivate, encourage others to that they can do things and to get creative and use your creativity because really a lot of us are very, very talented. Some just practice their art a little more than others, okay? but we're all creative in our own given rights. And I try to encourage that to each and every one of you, all my subscribers out there that have a lot of time on your hands right now. Go in the studio, man. If you play guitar, pick up your guitar and start, putting down some guitar tracks. If you play piano, start trying to write some music to your piano and get in there in the studio, man, and start laying some tracks. You don't even have to do it with a click track. Just get in there and just turn the keyboard on or turn your guitar amplifier on and just start playing and just start putting down some tracks. And what that's going to do, man, when you just open up your mind like that and just play, you're going to get creative, and all of a sudden lyrics are going to start coming to your head. If you're a songwriter, these lyrics are going to start coming to your head, and you might lay down a guitar track and then listen back to it and go, wow, that really sounds good, and inspire you to do another track with a click track so that you can further what you got going on, man. But if there's no expectations in the beginning, okay, then you're going to get a little more creative. And with no expectations, you're actually going to come up with something that's going to inspire you to take it to the next step. So I know that's what I typically like to do. If I push record and I don't have a song that's rehearsed, that I know exactly how the song's going to go, it's hard for me to get creative in that moment because I'm expecting something to sound great on tape as I record. But if I just play and without a click track or anything, and I just play and I just get it down there and just play something and listen back, I go, oh, wow, now I'm hearing lyrics to it. And now I can start perfecting the song and uh, and then get a tempo of what the tempo I need for the song, whether it's 120 or 124 or, you know, uh, depending on the time signature. And then it inspires me to finish it. So that's what I encourage all you guys to do right now in this time of craziness that we're all experiencing right now. Uh, you're in your studio and you have time and you have plenty of time on your hands. Get creative and start writing those songs that you can write, and start recording, man. Start putting stuff down and start incorporating some of the things that we've been talking about on the past three videos that I put out on being in the mix and how to um, create a better mix and things to listen for in other people's mixes, and start applying those techniques that these other engineers have been doing for years and years and years, and start applying these techniques to your mixes, and watch how far it goes, man. Watch how far your mixes actually go when you start applying these other people's techniques that you've actually hear. And it'll inspire you to get more creative in the studio and spend more time in the studio, man. So I know that I've been rehearsing many of my songs lately, and I'm at the point now, honestly, where I'm ready. I called my son, and whenever I do my tracking, and I'm serious about doing my tracking, I really don't like to wear all the hats. I don't like to play engineer at the same time that I want to be a musician. So I called him and I said, "Man, come down here and play engineer for a while I play some piano parts and do some vocals to it, because I don't want to I don't want to have to play both parts." So what we're going to do is we're actually going to feed the piano into my system, and at the same time feed feed it into his Logic. So part of it's going to be going in my system, part of it's going to be going in his system, and he can go home and do a mix with it, and I'll still have the tracks here to do mix. And we're going to compare. We're going to compare our mixes, man. So son against dad, who's going to have the best mix? So it's going to be fun. I haven't told him. I haven't told him that. I did tell him that I wanted to send it out to mine computer and his too, but I haven't told him about the who's going to have the best mix. So anyway, that's going to be fun, man. And anyway, I just think that's great. But I don't like playing engineer and musician, so it's going to be nice to have my son come in and actually overlook the levels and everything, and say, "Hey, you ready? Let's go," or whatever, you know. And so that's gonna be nice to be able to have him come in and me lay down some piano that I actually started playing piano at the first of this COVID stuff. Told myself that I was going to learn how to play. I actually am a guitar player and know how to play a little bit of drums and a little bit of bass simply because I know scales. But I told myself I'm going to learn a new instrument, and my brother actually brought over this beautiful Yamaha keyboard that actually sounds great. It's an 88 key piano keyboard, and I can't wait to start. So anyway, when I got it, I just real slow about learning some chords and whatnot. But I actually started writing some songs that really gave me a different perspective on writing, playing the piano. I never would have thought that. I never would have thought that would have gave me a different perspective of writing music, but it did. And I've got a long ways to go. But I will say this, I can get around and I can make some chords and enough to write some cool songs to, man. And it'd be nice to. So, what I want to do is get my son over here, right? And I want to lay these tracks down that I've done and just see what happens with it. It's gonna be fun. But you guys, if I can encourage you today or tonight, go in the studio, shut the door, man, and grab your guitar, your bass guitar, and go over there and fire up your system and just play around. It doesn't have to be anything serious. Just pick up your instrument, man, and start playing it if you haven't been playing it. I know that it's good to pick up your instrument and at least play 15 minutes every day. Try to make it a habit of playing your instrument, your guitar or your keyboards or whatever, at least minimal 15 minutes a day. And then singing your scales if you're a singer, at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day. It'll keep you in the game, man. It'll keep you in the game, okay? And it'll keep you up. You won't be so far out of shape that you just you lose it, man. And you know that old saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. So we don't want to lose it, man. We don't want to lose our mixing techniques, and we don't want to forget or get complacent and get rusty on our scales. I know when I don't play my guitar for a while, uh, it takes me about 2 weeks to actually get my fingers, up and going to the speed they need to be going. And then you got to go through the break-in period of where getting calluses and whatnot back on your fingers, and that usually takes about a week. And then after that, I can play as long as I need to. But I've really been enjoying playing the piano, and it's really gave me a different perspective on writing, man. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be neat having a friend of mine come in. Hey, poker man. Although we are miles apart, I can still see you by my side. It's just another day. I can't get you out of my mind. Yes, that was a song that I wrote. Thank you very much, man. I wrote that song. That's my one of my first songs that I wrote on the piano, and I want to track that song. The version that you hear on my YouTube channel is a live version after about 3 weeks or maybe 2 weeks of rehearsing, and I did a live cut of that song. And I don't know. I really like that song, man. There's no bridge in it or anything, but it's really kind of simple. And I did like a little whistle solo. And I'm not sure if I want to do the whistle solo in there or not, or have some type of cello thing taking the place of the whistling. Um, a cello and acoustic guitar just sounds so great together. And the whistling sounds good too, man. But I don't know. It's gonna be one of those things. I might do two different tracks. Do one with the whistle version on it, and then do the other version with a cello on it. Right? Perhaps the same melody line going on, but with a cello, and see which one works out best for that type of song. I don't know. The whistling kind of reminds me more of a folk thing, you know. But any of you guys, my subscribers, y'all can check it out. It's on my page talking about on my YouTube channel. Check out that song, man. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, man. Share it if you like it. But that song right there, Poker Man, was one of the first songs that are written on piano. And I will take that song and do some tracking with it and actually get it in the computer and do some vocal pitch on the vocals. And although I thought I sang it pretty good, man, without no vocal pitch or anything on it. I don't think I sang out of tune or anything, but it's always nice to put a pitch corrector on it and see where your vocals are, and then tighten it up a little bit. I like to tighten those vocals up a little bit if I can. It just makes it sound a lot better in the mix. So yeah, I will record that song, and I want to tell you, Poker Man, since you brought that up, I appreciate you bringing that up. I want to tell you, man, that I wrote this other song. And nobody's ever written a song about this, okay? And I really don't want to tell you the name of it because then you'll know, and then somebody else could write a song about it. But I want to record it and get it out there first before I really mention the name of it. But I will say, no, I'm not even going to say. I'm not even going to say, man. But everybody knows about this song, okay, or about these lyrics to some extent. But actually, I'm the first person that made a song with a twist about it, and I wrote it on the piano. So my son's coming in, Mr. Landscape. I appreciate that, man. You rock, buddy. My son's coming in, and he's going to do the tracking. Hey, what do y'all think about my What do you think about my 20-year anniversary World Dream t-shirt with a big ape on the front, man? Do you like that, Mr. Landscape? Check it out, man. They only made so many of these, okay? And I asked them the other day, I said, when y'all sell out, are y'all gonna make another set of them to sell? And they said, no. Once we sell out of the 25th anniversary, we're not gonna make any more. So I was like, oh man, I gotta get one. So I got one and I love it. But speaking of t-shirts, y'all, I have an Audio Master t-shirt that I'm gonna be that's in the process of being made. And the next 30 subscribers, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the next 30 subscribers, if you want a t-shirt, subscribe, hit that bell, slam that bell, share, and give me a thumbs up, and type down there that you'd like to have an Audio Master t-shirt, okay? And put down your size, and that'll get you in the contest. Only 10 people are going to win to get free t-shirts, 10 out of 30. So, but that's a good chance that you could win that t-shirt. And they're going to rock, man. They're going to look great. Audio Master up here. I'm going to have some black and white t-shirts with gray, like a dark gray. Audio Master, man. They're going to be nice. They're going to be nice. Y'all are going to like them, man. We got summer coming up, and everybody wants t-shirts to wear in the summer. I love t-shirts in the summer, man. Nice shirt. Thank you, Mr. Product Review. Hey, Bull Tide, what's going on, man? You like t-shirts rock? I know. T-shirts rock, man. I could wear them all the time, man. Getting out of the shower, throwing a t-shirt, man. So, yeah, the Audio Master t-shirts are going to be really, really nice, guys. Y'all don't want to miss out on them. And they're going to be cool. They're really going to be cool for summertime. And by the way, hey, y'all, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I can't wait till summer. I can't wait till spring, man. I mean, I know this winter thing has been somewhat a little bit depressing, and I do like it cool. I do like the cool air, but I'm just ready for a new beginning, man. I'm ready for new beginning to happen and things to come along, and I just want that springtime to get here and just be on a different path for us all. But yeah, man, in the mix, you want to keep it like a picture, okay? You want things in the front, typically that's going to be your vocals, man, because it needs to be heard the most and understood. And then everything else goes back from there, from left to right, from middle to up here to up high, down low. And keep your mixes like a painting, and you're going to do really, really, really good, man, with creating something beautiful. So yeah, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't given me a thumbs up and you like the video, come on, give me a thumbs up, man. Slam that bell and subscribe to the channel. And then also type in there that you'd like to have an Audio Master t-shirt. Come on, man. Everybody wants a t-shirt. And also too, we are going to be doing the giveaway on the SHURE SM7B. And my intern guy should be coming in, but there's just been a lot of things going on, and he hasn't had a chance to come by and get in the studio with me. But when he comes by, we're going to be doing another giveaway on the SHURE SM7B, and you don't want to miss out, man. God, that microphone's beautiful, man. The SHURE SM7B. Oh man, if there was two horses running a race, it would be the RE20 and the SHURE SM7B, because man, they're neck and neck. And they're both beautiful sounding microphones that everyone can enjoy in their studio. I am going to put a link down there below where you can get the RE20 at the cheapest price and the fastest shipping. So if you're interested in RE20, click that link down there below, man, and get you on. But if you're just joining in, man, what do you think about my shock mount that I painted, man? It's not black anymore. It kind of is a close color to the microphone, and now it looks like an extension off of the microphone and not like a tag on the microphone, man. You guys like it? I love the RE20, man. Listen how good it sounds when you kind of get close to the microphone like this. Man, oh man, oh man, it sounds good. Get you an RE20 for the studio. Everybody needs an RE20 and a SHURE SM7B. Can't go wrong with that. And a nice ribbon microphone is nice to have in the studio too. And by the way, I'll probably do some tracking, being that I haven't used this microphone on tracking yet. I'm going to use this beautiful AEA R44 ribbon microphone. I'm some of my tunes that I've written on the piano. Wow. It's going to sound so good, and I can't wait to sing through this baby. I have done some YouTube videos using this microphone, but I haven't done any singing through it yet. And surprisingly enough, but I've been just waiting for that golden day to happen to get behind this mic and actually just sing some beautiful lyrics into it. And I can't wait. I really can't wait. AEA, they make some great products, man. If you've never had an AEA microphone, this is a beauty. And I can't, like I say, I can't wait to start singing some vocal tracks through that mic. So what I'll probably do, guys, on the vocal take, once my son gets here and I set everything up, is I'll probably set right here off to the side my AK-47 condenser microphone, to where when I do my vocal take and I'm standing in front of the microphone, I'll actually be standing in front with a windscreen right here, a pop filter, but I'll actually be standing in front of the two microphones, okay, and doing a take of the vocals. So both microphones will be capturing the vocal take. And what's cool about doing that is I can go back later on and actually listen to this one on its own and listen to this one on its own, and then choose between the two as to what microphone I actually want to use. Or I might could actually use both and tuck one down from the other, okay, and add a different effect on this one or the other one, which is really kind of nice. But I am going to do that, man. I'm going to use two microphones to do the takes and create that mix to where I can choose between the two. Thank you guys for joining in tonight. I hope I was able to get some good information out there for you guys on the mix, how to look at your mix as if a painter looking at a picture or his painting, where things are in the stereo field, front, middle, rear, up, down, and place your instruments within that stereo field. And I hope that was able to help you out. I hope you can chew on some of that for some of you out there who never heard anything about doing that, or maybe try some of these techniques out. They're going to help you big time. But thanks so much for joining in, guys. 7 o'clock Texas time is typically when I come on. 7 o'clock Texas time. And we got some great information coming out tomorrow night. And you don't want to miss out on tomorrow night, man. Got some cool stuff for you guys that are in the middle of the road as far as mixing techniques and microphone techniques. Okay. So we got some good stuff on microphone techniques for you guys that microphone techniques goes a long ways, man. Really, really does. So I've got some good stuff coming out tomorrow. You don't want to miss out. 7 o'clock Texas time. Thank each and every one of you guys, as always, for joining in. And we will see you again.